Good afternoon, Wildcat Nation. I'm John Kurtz.
And I'm Justin Nutter. We got a big show for you today.
And a big win on the gridiron last weekend. That's where we start on Purple Power Play. It was quite a weekend for Wildcat football as the team tried to snap a two-game losing streak against Division I AA opponent Tennessee Tech at Bill Snyder Family Stadium Saturday. K-State opening up at Fort Riley Day at Bill Snyder Family Stadium as they kick it off against Tennessee Tech. The Cats did it on the ground all day long behind the legs of Daniel Thomas. Thomas racked up 142 yards on 6 carries, including 2 touchdowns like this one in the first half. The defense came to play as well as they hold Tennessee Tech to only 107 total yards in this football game. And here Alex Rebeck introduces himself to Charlie Stevens. K-State dominating. They go on to win it 49-7, but the real story here was Brandon Banks. The senior receiver for K-State made history on Saturday.
It's underway. It's caught by Banks at the 10, up across the 15 to the 20, going outside. He's got Keith and Valentine leading him. He steps inside to the 35 to the 40. He's to midfield. Steps inside a man at the 50. He's going to go all the way again. Touchdown, Brandon Banks.
In this week's football press conference, Coach Bill Snyder said he was proud of the special teams play. Snyder made a point to say Banks did a great job, but he's not the only one to deserve the credit. He says it was a collaborative effort.
It was very much a team effort. I mean, everybody performed the way they were supposed to. They were execution correct, assignment correct, and it really was it was a pretty play to watch.
You know, John, Snyder wasn't the only one that had good things to say about K-State's performance this weekend.
We sent reporter Blake Thorson out to Aggieville to get the word on the street about this weekend's football performance.
It was a good day. It was a good day. We actually saw how K-State used to be back in the decade of dominance. And I'm feeling it's going to be really good the rest of the season.
I think we're a young team, and we have a long ways to go.
Well, their first 2 games were a little sloppy, but I was very impressed by their recent showing against Tennessee Tech. I think they definitely improved, especially on offense. And their defense stepped up. They got a little more pressure on the quarterback than they used to.
The win against Tennessee Tech, I guess, yesterday shows that we weren't necessarily a horrible team either, but it's pretty much, I think I don't know, this year, maybe not as well, but next year, hopefully we'll definitely see some stuff with Snyder back.
You always got to love hearing what Wildcat fans have to say after the Wildcats come out on top.
Win or lose, K-State fans always want to weigh in on the game, and apparently they aren't the only ones. Here's some insider news for you. K-State football quarterback Carson Kaufman has been getting some advice from a familiar face. Whitney Francis caught up with Carson to find out who he's been talking to and about the transition of becoming the starting quarterback.
Learned from watching Josh quarterback for the past few years.
It's been a great experience for me just sitting on the sideline and watching him and kind of watching the successes and failures that he's been through, and I think it's helped me out a lot just sitting on the sideline kind of taking in what he's done.
Okay. You guys went from, you grew up around each other, your families are friends, you lived together for the past 3 years. What's it like now just being able to talk on the phone and not see each other every single day?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, we've been around each other. We've been roommates ever since we been at college, so it's a little bit weird. I miss him a little bit, but we call each other all the time, and it's kind of just, I mean, like my brother, he's gone too. I haven't seen him in a while, but so Josh is just like a brother to me, and it's tough not being around him or my brother, but I mean, I enjoy getting together with him and talking to him on the phone.
He did say you guys talk about every single day. Is there any advice he ever gives you? I know you guys, when you played, both of you here, you worked together a lot and talked a lot about the game. Does he help you now still?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really advice. I mean, I think we've been through a lot of the same stuff and just really kind of know the same stuff, so I don't feel like, or he's not really in a position that he feels like he wants to give me advice, but it's more just like a friendship and encouragement, really.
Yeah. Actually, when I talked to Josh, his only tip was to keep trying hard.
Yeah.
He doesn't say he needs you to work on anything, just try hard, not necessarily try hard at a certain thing. But thank you, Carson.
Yeah, thank you.
If you guys want to see the whole article, it is online, and it is a little bit of advice that Josh gave Carson, so make sure to check that out.
Kaufman had a solid performance on Saturday as he had 131 yards through the air on 8 of 9 passing completions. He also had a 5-yard touchdown run in the first half.
You know, K-State wasn't the only team to have some success on the gridiron last weekend. Let's talk a little bit about some Manhattan High football. The Indians were at home this weekend when they took the field against Topeka West Friday night in weather conditions that were just a little less than ideal. Let's take it out to Bishop Stadium as the Indians began the move against the West Chargers, trying to keep their 3-0 record intact. Heavy rain, as well as a stout defensive effort by the Chargers, kept the Manhattan offense in check for most of the night as they finished the game with just 138 yards of total offense. Running back Derek Campbell was bottled up by the Chargers for most of the night, running for just 60 yards on 20 carries, but he finally hit pay dirt on this 7-yard touchdown run late in the second quarter to give the Tribe a 6-0 lead. Ty Suggs would add another score late in the game, but 6 points is all Manhattan needed to knock off the Chargers. The Tribe defense made up for the offensive woes by picking off West quarterback Tyrell Brown 5 times and recovering a pair of Charger fumbles. Linebacker Will Kern was on the receiving end of 2 of those picks, including this acrobatic catch in the waning seconds of the games to preserve the win. After the game, I caught up with Tribe head coach Joe Schartz, who said he was less than pleased with lack of offensive production.
Yeah, we're lucky to get out of here. You know, I knew this was a tough team, and you know they played well tonight. Their defense just stuffed us. Obviously, we got to find a way to get some first downs and move the ball. The offense is really poor.